Can you guys hear me now? Jeez. I've been asking for like 10 minutes. Can anybody hear me? Like, everyone's saying hi. So I'm assuming that's no, because somebody would just be saying yes if they could hear me. Okay, now you can hear me. Turns out the audio setting was weird. That's the funny thing about live streaming. When you do something and save the file and open up it again the next week, it's never the same. So we're going to go live. Here is my little white face. I will, it's racist because he's white. Let's just start the fucking record button. I will be chatting with y'all, but also ignoring y'all at the same time. Because last week we didn't get anything done. Not that we're accomplishing anything on this. See, I don't understand why in Logic it's so damn loud in my freaking headphones. Got a beard going on. I actually shaved on Tuesday or Monday or whatever. Anyways, I did shave, but it probably doesn't seem like it. But you didn't see me last week. I looked like a fucking wood chopper. The hell are they called? Woodsmiths, if that's a thing. All right, let's hit record because I feel like we're already losing material. Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome to episode 74. That is loud as shit in Logic. We might have to redo that. No, it wasn't too bad. It's probably the loudest I'm going to be. Let's redo that. Let's pretend that it just happened. Lumberjack. There we go. Thank you. No souk for you. I see what you did there. And cast member Zach coming in with the Lumberjack comment. That's what I meant. All right, here we go. All right, everybody, welcome to the greatest podcast ever. We're renaming it, or I'm renaming it. You know, me and my team of one that makes this show happen. No, it's really a team of three. It's really my wife, Teresa, and then bestie Charlie sending me crap to talk about because I literally had nothing for this week. Anyways, so if you're listening, that means you're subscribed to iHeartRadio or iTunes, or we're now on Spotify, which is odd, but whatever. Anyways, if you're watching live on YouTube, ignore the lack of a pop filter, which is why I'm speaking on an angle so it's not directly into the microphone. I had a friggin' pop filter here. I don't know where it went. It's not here. It's not in this room. And, yeah, and ignore all the pillows behind me. That's my fault. It's because I was playing video games this week, which we'll get into in a little bit. Somebody in the YouTube chat says, "You have a wife? The fuck?" Well, I went over this for the last, like, 2 damn episodes, so here's the deal. If you're confused about what I'm doing, what my new show is, or what my life has been, go listen to the last few podcasts. We're not going to waste any more time because I feel like we're going to be talking about the same shit every week until everybody's caught up, and then everyone's going to be like, this is boring. You just discuss the same shit every week. So, but yes, for the final time, I'm married, and she's great. Got married in October. This is how far behind you guys are. Anyways, let's go through my notes, which I have, but they're not on this screen. They're on the other screen, which I have to move to this screen. First world problems of having 2 screens. You have shit on different screens. I had a nice glass of champagne before recording this, for those who care, because I overthink this way too much. But with a nice little bubbly going on, I don't give a shit. So here we go. I'm literally sorting my notes right now. This is how much more focused I am. Not focused, but I've had quite the week. This past week, a lot of shit has happened. Jesus. I usually have like 4 or 5 things to discuss. There's like 16. Then I'm now sorting into categories, which I really should have done before I went live, but who cares? Anyways. There are a few things that came out this week that I was really excited about. One, I can't remember the names. I'm picturing their faces. It doesn't matter. But they're coming out with like a prank movie, which is supposed to be legit, but we'll see. I'm probably not going to go see it. I'll probably just pirate it because Yeah, I'm just being real with you guys. And then Papa Roach put out a new album, which if I had to describe it for those of you who don't care, it doesn't matter. But for those who care, I will explain. The new Papa Roach album is a big bag of shit. That's like, if you like their old music or you like any of their hits, then this album doesn't matter because it's a piece of shit. It was garbage. Another garbage album that came out this week was the new Bring Me the Horizon album called Ammo, AMO. Holy hell. I listened to those albums back to back, and I was literally just gonna kill myself. I was gonna take my own life because of how shitty these albums are. And you're probably thinking, Jared, that's a terrible reason to do that. And it's really not. If you listen to those albums back to back and just listen to the Papa Roach album first and then think, oh, maybe the Bring Me the Horizon album is gonna redeem itself, it won't. So, God. Randall in the chat room says, what's wrong with Bring Me the Horizon? Nothing. What album? Their new album. I like all their other albums. I'm not being a dick like, oh, I love all their old shit, because I don't. Their first album was terrible. I don't understand when people are like, I really like their old music. The first album was terrible. But there's this new album I'm all for if they're going to go pop. Let me explain my issues. Bring Me the Horizon was like, you know what? We're not making rock music anymore. We're going to make pop music, which is fine because you're going to be up front. They had one heavy-ish song and the rest were pop. I'm all for it. It was just garbage, though. It was terrible. And Papa Roach was kind of the opposite. They're like, we're sticking to our roots with this one, and there's not like a single guitar until track 5. And it's terrible. It's just terrible. I don't understand. Their last album was good. It wasn't great. It was good. And, God, which means if they're pissing me off, that means Teresa's probably going to like them at some point. Because that's usually how that goes. When a band's pissing me off, she's like, well, they're not that bad. They're actually pretty good. And I'm like, okay, great. Your music taste is utter garbage. Okay, so I assume the Snippish Shark, or the Snip Shark, that you love Papa Roach and Bring Me the Horizon. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those bands. I'm just saying their newest albums are fucking terrible. So, that's my opinion. God. You like Bring Me the Horizon? That's the Spirit album. That's actually an amazing album. It's one of my favorite albums of whatever year that came out in. So, yeah. But anyways, enough about Bring Me the Horizon. God. Then Counting Crows put out a new song, which is actually amazing. It's very good. I don't think a lot of people are into them because they're kind of, I don't even know how to explain it. They're kind of sad. They're kind of sad to listen to. Not gonna lie, but their new song's really good. So their last album was good. Hopefully I don't have to shit on them. Jared, do you think the Rams or the Patriots will win? Any team but the Patriots. I don't even know. I mean, I know the Rams are playing because you just said the Rams. What are they, the Los Angeles Rams now? God. I just hope they win. I went over this last podcast. We're not doing this shit again. I'm not repeating myself. What do you think of the 21 Pilots album? I don't know. It strays away from their other stuff. Then I'll have to listen to it. I like 21 Pilots, but I've only heard them on the radio and I don't listen to the radio. So I know they sing that, that's Imagine Dragons. Who sings that fucking Thunder song? I feel like that's 21 Pilots. Then they sing that, God, what's that song? I played it when I hosted Trivia Night. I used to host Trivia Night. I've had a life. What the hell was that song? I have no idea. I like 21 Pilots, I think, but I also may be thinking of Imagine Dragons. I'm going to Google 21 Pilots top songs. 21 Pilots. I like one of their songs, but I can't think of it, so they sing that Stressed Out song? That's okay. That Jumpsuit song was fucking garbage. What else did they do? I feel like they have a song I like. Let's see. How do I look up, See, you can't just fucking preview songs anymore. What the hell was it? I'm just gonna put top songs. I don't want to go to Spotify. What the hell was it? See if I see it. No, if I don't see it, doesn't matter. That jumpsuit song. Fucking garbage. Opinion of Logic the Rapper. He's alright. I don't have an issue with him. That's my way of saying I haven't really listened to him, but what I've seen, he's alright. The hell was it? I probably have it on my iTunes library. I don't know what the hell happened, but somebody was like, can you play 21 Pilots? I used to do trivia night, and it was brutal because they booked me during like big sporting events, so nobody wanted to play trivia and everyone fucking hated me, except I had a few regulars towards the end, and then I quit because I was just like, this is ridiculous. Do I not have them on here? Maybe I don't spell 21 correctly. Pilots. I have Stone Temple Pilots. Yeah, I guess I don't have them in my library. Whatever. It was a good song. Doesn't matter. This dude's the type of guy listen to all of old Nickelback's old songs. Zenji710, what do you listen to? Let's put you on the spot. I've said this before. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but the All the Right Reasons album from Nickelback, and whatever song had animals on. Whatever album. Was that All the Right Reasons? No. The hell was it? Whatever album had Photograph and Rockstar. Take away those two songs. It was a great album. But it's just so cool to hate Nickelback now. I mean, their last fucking 4 albums were terrible. I downloaded them just because of how bad they are. Yeah, All the Right Reasons, and their first one was The Long Road. So those 2 albums are really good. Anyways. I thought, what is your ethnicity? I'm white as shit. I'm Italian and Irish. God. All right, moving on. My friend Angelica said you have a sultry voice. I'm going to take that as a compliment. So, anyways, I'm pumped. I don't really give a shit what you people say in the chat room because I got Kingdom Hearts 3 yesterday, and I was fucking pumped. It's weird as shit. I like how Sicko Mode, or I don't even know what this dude's saying. You want to listen to Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba? I've only heard of them from like memes. So, no. Anyways, got Kingdom Hearts 3 this week. I was pumped. I'm just so excited. So excited. It's the, I got the part where Sora died. Even if you're trying to spoil it, that would be fucking amazing. I swear to God, I said that to Teresa. I was like, they're going to kill him off, which would be amazing. Because you got to kill the main character. You have to. But they're not gonna. What are you playing it on? PS4! My fucking wife that all of you just found out I had. Sounds like I'm making her up. She's in the bath right now. She's not here currently, but she's in the chat room. It's not me typing as my wife. It is actually my wife. Just have... Hold on. There we... Oh, she just typed, see? She's typing again. Up there, she keeps typing. It's so weird. She got me a PS4 for Christmas, and I really have not been playing it except these games. Microsoft is greater than Sony, but why? Why? Because I say I got a PS4, and now 2 people are shitting on me. But why? Why is... I've had an Xbox 360. That was fine. And then I had a PS1, PS2 growing up, and then switched to a Xbox 360. For no particular reason. It was probably on sale at the time. It's gonna be honest. I think they're both the same. They all play the same fucking games. I'm sure they all have their own exclusives, but if you want to play the biggest games that are out, which I assume are Spider-Man, Red Dead 2, and Kingdom Hearts 3, and GTA 5, they're available on both. It's all the same shit. Just depends who you want to play with. I have one friend, and that's Charlie, and she has an Xbox 360, so we didn't really... Or Xbox One. So we can't even play games together. So that kind of sucks. But whatever. We never really played video games to begin with. We used to play Monopoly online against each other. Or we were on the same team. I have no idea. But we used to play. But anyways. if you I'm not really into games, even though I just am listing a whole bunch of games. I don't play all the time. I just play whenever. I played Kingdom Hearts for 6 hours this week, and that's like a world record for the, and I don't even know, but this is also a record for the most time I've been live. Monopoly as teams. Well, we would team up. We would team up. Randall, for the 8th fucking time. Are you still doing Late Night Web Show? I discussed this on the last 2 podcasts. So, as of now, yes, but not right now. It's all about the Windows Pinball desktop game. I first played that on my grandma's computer. She bought this thing, and we were pumped as kids because it had a CD drive, so we could burn our home movies on DVDs and CDs and shit. And we played the pinball game. Did you guys know that was actually a demo? There was like a full game that you could buy. I never knew that. I just assumed that was the full game. It was like, what, 2 levels you could play? But I guess they made more levels. You've already clocked 110 hours on Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't even think it's been out for 110 hours. It's been out for like 48 hours, but good for you. Speeding through time. It's great. Can you expand on the psychic that knew you were going to call her? It's in the book. Go buy or read. No, go buy it. Read Prankaholic. Go buy it or steal it. I don't give a shit. Buy it or steal it. Either be a good human and buy it, or be a fucking man and pirate it. I'm just teasing. But for real, I'm not going through it again. So, do you play GTA 5? We should team up with your gamer tag. I have no idea, actually. Try McMullen Jared? Or Jared McMullen? I have no idea. I've never actually played online. I've beaten Grand Theft Auto 5 several times on the Xbox One, on the PC, and I'm playing it on PS4 just to... I don't even know. I played it for like all of 10 minutes to show Teresa, like, this is what it's like. I like to kill prostitutes. And she's like, cool. And then that was it. And then we just didn't. But yeah, I don't know what my gamer tag is. You could try one of those. Farsine, or DM me yours and I'll try and add you. How do you even do that? So, and then I also have Fortnite on there, but I don't play it. I just downloaded it because it was free. Such a gamer, guys. Such a video game nerd. Playing fucking Fortnite. On the PS4. But no, Kingdom Hearts 3 is great. It's beautiful. I have a few complaints about the game. If you haven't played it yet, I'm not going to spoil anything. I don't even think I'm far enough yet to spoil anything. But it feels like they forgot to put a beginning until the last minute. Then they're like, oh shit, we need a beginning. And they just threw a beginning together because the first hour and a half you're playing, it's just the characters not realizing anything. Because at this point, they've had to have been on their journey for like 10 fucking years. And they're lost. And they're like, how do we figure out where to go? Then Sora is like, oh yeah, I have a key. And I'm like, no shit, you idiot. Like, it's like each game they forget, which is fine. But it's baffling. And then you spend the first hour, 2 hours in tutorials. And then it's like, here's how you attack. And I want to play. I don't want to do all this bullshit. I just want to get into the game and play. So, God, pissed me off. But now I'm playing. I'm in the Rapunzel world, whatever it's called, whatever the hell they call it. I felt like they could have added more worlds. Shinobi, I guess, what is there, 10? The worlds are huge, though. I mean, you just kind of run through it. But the worlds are huge. They take forever to get through. The Olympus, which is the first world, not to spoil it, but you go to Hercules first, and it's all right. Then again, not to spoil it, but I feel like they didn't have enough budget in for Kairi's pants. She has a skirt, and it I need to find a picture of it, but I feel like I don't know how to explain it. Her skirt is so short, they like didn't put in an ass because of like how short the skirt is. So they just like deleted the ass instead of making the skirt longer. And that was bizarre because they got like a weird zoom in on it in the one cutscene that she's in so far. And I don't understand. She's writing a letter to Sora, which again, if you haven't been playing, they've been saving he's been saving her life, kind of like how Mario saves the princess for like 10 fucking years. She's writing him a letter, like just giving him an update because I don't want to spoil stuff, but she's doing something kind of cool, I guess, which will probably come in towards the end. And she's writing him a letter, and then some dude is like, "What you doing?" And she's like, "I'm writing a letter to Sora, I guess." And he's like, "You gonna send it to him?" And she's like, "No, I just like to read it." Well, like, what the fuck? And then the scene just kind of ends. So I was just like, what the hell was the point of that? I mean, I guess there was a point of it, but it was so bizarre. And then the one of the cutscenes in the beginning, when one of the first bad guys shows up, it just cuts and then goes to the next scene to the point where I thought I skipped it. So then I pulled up a Let's Play on YouTube and scrolled to that point because I hit one of the buttons and thought maybe I skipped it on accident, but no, I did not skip it. It was bizarre. Some of you saying it's buffering. My internet's been weird the last few days. I'm just not resetting the internet because you can't make me. What's my religion? I am a Satanist. I think the devil is one of the greatest creations, and I praise him every day, and I suck his cock on every Wednesday. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah, so I 2:30 in the morning, suck his big, red Satan dick, and I go home and I sleep good at night. How's that for an answer? Bet you weren't expecting that. I'm a Catholic. For now, I guess. Until I go to the pearly gates and God's like, what the fuck? Podcast 74, here's what you said. You watched Friday Night Cranks in middle school, and now you're in corporate America. What does that mean? Did they take you? What are you doing in corporate America? Okay, gonna check all these off the list. Got a list of things to talk about. Papa Roach album, check. Counting Crows new song, check. Kingdom Hearts 3, check. I hope everybody's having a good week. We're 20 minutes in. My highlight of the week was cooking ribs. It was originally for my wife's dad, so I guess my father-in-law. That's weird to say my wife's dad. It was his birthday a few weeks ago. We were going to make ribs. Teresa got sick, so we didn't get to go, so I had all these ribs. So we brought the ribs over, and it was great. So two of my nephews and one of my nieces, what is it? Several nieces, nieci. So my nieci and nephews that were there, they loved it. They were like, these ribs are so good. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, but no, Jared, seriously, these ribs are good. I'm like, okay, thank you, small children. I call them small children, and they think I'm funny. And then whenever I say goodbye to them, I tell them to stay in school and not do drugs, and they think I'm insane. But it's true. I want them to stay in school because I'm not hiring. So they got to stay in school. And then they should not do drugs. It's a terrible thing. So yeah. Kansas City barbecue ribs for the win. I've never been there. Has your wife seen your prank call videos? Yeah, that'd be weird if she didn't, I guess. Does she do prank calls too? No, because we have lives. I'm just on Tinder like, so do you do prank calls? And girls are like, what are you, 5? And I'm like, block. And then I'm like, so do you do prank calls? And she's like, yep. And I'm like, thanks. Marry me. That's exactly how it happened. I'm such a dick tonight. We've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine because it's a great show. We're watching it from the beginning, and we're almost done with season 2. So it's great. I forgot. I mean, I know what happens, but I forgot like 90% of the stories in there, so it's great. If you're looking for some gigglies, watch that show. And I tweeted the other day, I'm at McMullen Jared on Twitter. Tweeted the other day, it was close to bedtime for me at least, because I sleep now. That's been fun. And what the hell were we talking about? Oh, in all 50 states, it's now legal to breastfeed, which is fine. And I posed the question, like, until what age? Because you can breastfeed in public, obviously, but at what age does it get weird? Like, could I suck on a teat? And Teresa's out of the bath. Sorry, my wife is out of her bath, and she's, I guess, now on the couch because I hear her giggling. So we posed the question of, like, one, not really, what age is it too old? I guess any more than 3, 2, 3, I don't know. If you're old enough to say, like, titties please, then then you're too old. Where was I going with this? Anyway, so I was just Googling, like, is it legal anywhere to breastfeed an adult? And there were several people who asked this online, but it was crazy. But we came to the conclusion of no, except if my life was in danger. Like, if I was dying and the only cure was somebody whipping out their tit and just and into my mouth publicly, then we're good. Then everything's fine. But if I'm just bored, if I'm just like, hey, those look like something I should nom on, then it would be a no-no for multiple different reasons. But legally, I would probably go to, well, I don't think I would go to jail. She would go to jail for indecent exposure. I guess I'd be fine. Oh, and then again, I guess if I'm sucking on it, I would go to jail. But what if she's shooting it, like projectile lactating across the room, and I just happen to catch it in my mouth? Like, what if I fall and land on the floor with my mouth open at the same time? See, these are the questions. We need a cop. I want to interview a cop on this show. There are a few in the family, but I feel like they'd get fired for participating. So a cop that we don't like, a crooked cop. Well, no, they're usually good. But like just a bad cop to ask these questions. But then if it was a bad cop, he wouldn't know. I guess we need a retired cop. Zach says he's a criminal justice major. Where the hell did my phone go? I had it. Did I have it? Somewhere. I'm going to use the power of the Apple Watch to summon my phone. It's on the floor. What the hell was I going to do on my phone anyway? I don't know. I was going to do something. But whatever. Oh, great. Well, oh well. Sup, Nate? Put your headphones in, please. So your mom doesn't scream at me at the next fucking family function. What? I mean, you can't answer yourself. Yeah, if he's been watching. I was just talking about a woman projectile lactating into my mouth from across the restaurant. It's fine. It may not even be the same Nate. It's Nate. Okay, what's up, Nate? Put your headphones in. Jared, the book was garbage. I want a refund, please. No. Sucks to be you. You shouldn't have bought it. No refunds. I mean, if you bought it on Amazon or something, they have a refund policy. You know how annoying it would be if I accepted returns? I guess I do. But no. No, thank you. Glitch Matrix, do me a favor and private message me your name and address and your phone number. Because you want me to prank call a 7-Eleven. That's what I would actually just call the fucking FBI and just give them your information, because that would be hilarious. That would not be like the old days, because I didn't do that. But 2019, Jared's a dick. So that'd be amazing. Anyways, my timeline on Facebook, I hate Facebook in general, but my timeline that is filled with Southern people and people I went to high school with, which is amazing. An amazing combination. Just many, many different minds. All several different opinions about New York legalizing abortion, which is amazing. Charlie, why are you sending me pictures of your fucking... What is this? Oh, this is your kneecap. What the hell did you do? Oh, you Probably. I think you said you're burnt on a curling iron. Jesus. Why are you putting it on your leg? Why don't you have pants on when you're curling your hair? Jeez. Or is that your arm? I have no idea. Just looking at a terrible burn. Teresa says, tell her to send me the sexy ones. I literally told her to send you nudes earlier today. No, she didn't. What did I say? Yeah, I said, well, go watch the podcast, have fun, and send nudes to Bay. She's in the bath, and she said, yummy. So, for those who are listening to the podcast confused, Charlie is a woman, not a man. But thank you for the 2 people in the previous chats that seem to be concerned. What are your current projects? We're doing, me, whoever, are doing my squad. My one squad is doing a late night web show, but not currently. And then I'm working on some new stuff. Not going to say what it is because half of you would jizz in your pants and not listen to anything else. And the other half don't give a shit. So when it's done, then we'll talk about it. So, do you do music? Yeah, when I feel like it. So I guess sporadically. I mean, the last song I did was 3 years ago, so I guess no. But I have ideas. I don't know. Thank you, Glitch Matrix, for copying and pasting YouTube statistics into the chat room. Moving on. But anyways, yeah, no one really gives a shit about New York as a state. So somebody who lived there, it's just, it's stupid. There's some stuff that people wanted me to talk about, which I'll talk about next week, because next week we'll do some of the dumb news and just get it more structured instead of whatever the fuck this has been. Question about your book. I reread it last week, after last week's podcast, but the interactive part is not an interactive part. I thought it was. But you're right, it's probably not. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Let's open a private window. If you go to book.friday, yeah, it works. Maybe, yeah, it works. Farzine. It's working on my end, at least. Yeah. If you just go to book.fridaynightcranks.com, you only saw 14. Maybe it freezes after? No. I'm scrolling all the way down on mine. It might have timed out. So what I recommend is just like refresh and then scroll down. I haven't checked it on the phone recently, but I'm on the desktop and it seems to work. My phone is like under my feet. I don't feel like getting it. If I had a kid, can he or she use your book for a book report in school? I guess. I don't give a shit. Why do you need my consent? Well, 2019 out of context, that sounds bad. You would need my consent to have sex with me, I guess. But to use my book in a book report in school, you don't. I don't care. So, miss you, man. I freaking still remember when you got the crap scared out of you with that confetti cannon. Well, that happened for years. So I'm glad you remember. And it still happens once in a while on the new show. There's a new show. We're not doing this shit. On my notes, Ted Bundy, hot or not, I'd fuck him. No, he's in my notes because I guess there's a movie with Zac Efron. And it shouldn't surprise anybody because women have wanted to fuck Zac Efron since after High School Musical 2. Sometime between 2 and 3, he became like this sex icon. High School Musical 1 and 2, nobody wanted to touch him. Everybody just made fun of him. But sometime between 2 and 3, maybe he went to the gym, he joined some Planet Fitness, paying that $10 a month. I don't know. Something happened. He discovered avocados. Got into some sort of shape. Everyone thought he was hot, which is fine. Not hating on the guy. And then, so now he's Ted Bundy. And all the girls want to fuck him. which doesn't surprise me because 12-year-old girls were sending nudes to the Boston bomber, which I'm surprised more bombings have not happened since then with guys. Because if you think about it, the amount of pedophiles in America, let's just say, I don't know, let's just make somebody up. Let's just call him Bob. Let's just say Bob's a pedophile. He loves children. He just can't get enough of them. It's the definition of pedophile. And he wants nudes of underage people. And then he sees the Boston bomber, undoes a few pressure cookers, goes to a race, causes a bit of a, ruckus, and he ends up in jail, gets nudes. I'm surprised, just saying, that more pedophiles were not like, whoa, I should do this. Blow up a few things, and then go to jail, and then you get nudes. It's true. I'm not saying to do it. I'm saying that I'm kind of shocked. Maybe I'm the only person who's put this together. People are gonna... Can he go what? No, that's too much effort. What? I'm saying if the pedophile wants authentic nudes from these children, it's the thrill of opening the envelope, I would assume, and just like, whoa. I guess. I don't know. I guess that would be his reaction. Well, Ted Bundy was a serial killer, so I'm just saying. I don't know what the fucking point was. So the point was, girls think Zac Efron's hot. He's Ted Bundy. Like, it's fine. It's not fine, but... Could you imagine, though? Like, your best friend was fucking slaughtered by this dude, and then Zac Efron's just gonna be like... he's just gonna be killing and fucking women for 2 hours. And it's fine. We're all gonna watch. We're all gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. There's gonna be one point in the movie, though, where, like, he's at a bar talking to a girl, and she's like, I'm Trish. And he's like, I'm Ted Bundy. And it, like, fucking zooms in on his face. Even though we already know who he is. God. That's the only reason why they casted him. Because they knew back in the day that Ted Bundy was a ladies' man. Because he killed him. But, like, also because ladies loved him. So they were like, who do ladies love? And they're like, Zac Efron. And there we go. Take all of this out of context, please. Where's the asshole who did that for the first show? Only No Web Show took shit out of context. I would love to see all this taken out of context. Do you think OJ did it? Hell yeah, OJ thinks he did it. He just got lucky. Him and Michael Jackson got lucky as hell. Again, not because Michael Jackson did it with kids, but because he got off of the charges. And I guess he got off with the kids, but... Teresa, please stop it. Thank you. Just hearing in the headphones. She was laughing at one point. Now it just sounds like she's still in the bath. Does Teresa like Zac Efron? She's quiet.
My junior high best friend did.
That was not the question.
I don't get the hype.
She doesn't get the hype. That's all right. Anyways, let's read the chat. I remember hashtag FNC on Ellen was the top trending topic on Twitter during a live show worldwide. How much effort did you guys put into trying to make it happen? I think I wrote this out for the book, but I don't know if it made it in the book. Probably not. I don't remember. But we spoke to a producer who was literally Brandon, but as a real life human. And he said that we didn't have an interesting enough story. And I said, do I need to kill somebody? And he didn't think that was funny. So... yeah, they just couldn't see promoting young prankaroos on a show. I don't know. I guess we were too straight for them. Moving on. What is everybody talking about? You would be surprised who a pedophile can be? No, not really anymore. I guess in the beginning. I guess in, when I was a small boy. And I guess a large boy. I would be surprised, but now, like, I don't know. I expect creepy, old, overweight dudes to be pedophiles, but then I suspect the normal-looking dudes to be pedophiles, and then I also suspect women to be pedophiles. They're the silent pedophiles because they don't get caught. Well, they do get caught. They just don't go to jail. And you're probably like, Jared, that's sexist. But it's not. Go look up any story of like a high school teacher fucking a student and she just gets like paid suspension. If that happened to a dude, well, it's fine. I mean, if a dude did it, he should go to jail and get his balls chopped off. But still. They could be a cop or a priest. I guess, yeah. I mean, really anybody. Somebody in this chat room could be a pedophile. Somebody in this chat room probably is a pedophile. Says the person that says, what happened to your hot cousin? She was underage in those videos. So again, anybody in this chat room can be a pedophile. What freaked me out about growing up in life was that comment, then also people talking about how hot the chick from Lazy Town was. She was like fucking 12 when she did Lazy Town. So that was bizarre. Being like 20 years old and people like, dude, that Lazy Town chick is banging. I'm like, she is a fucking child. God. I would love to see an alternate timeline where Friday Night Crank starts in 2018, but the same shit plays out. I'm pretty sure I'd be in jail, but I feel like we would all just like be in jail. Just for comments like that. Like, a comment like that would not fly. Back then it flew just because it's like, dude, what the fuck now? If you make a comment like that, people are like calling where you work. They're trying to get you fired. They're calling where like your family works. They're calling the bank that has a lien on your house. It's nuts. I'm a 90s/2000s kid. Well, you're only a kid for like 5 years. So you're a 90s kid or a 2000s kid? If you're born in 1999, that doesn't count as a 90s kid. God. Anyways, tonight's been fun. Woo! 40 minutes in. Got another 20 minutes of this. I mean, I don't need to do it for another 20 minutes, but woo. So how have you guys been? What have you guys been doing? What have you been watching? What is some stuff I should check out? Somebody asked earlier in the chat if I should, or if I heard of Ghost, the band Ghost. They're a rock band. I think the dude wears a mask, like the Slipknot people. I wish he dressed as like an actual ghost. Comes out in a fucking sheet with some eyes cut out. Oh, he wears a fucking Pope hat. Oh, how cute. He does makeup like a skeleton, but he wears a Pope hat. Guess that's different. I guess I'll check it out. They're considered rock, metal, and doom metal. Interesting. Never heard of doom metal. Crazy. You've been doing nothing. You're dealing with Brexit. But I thought Brexit wasn't happening. I just read headlines on Reddit. I don't really read the articles. But from what I found, I thought Brexit was not happening. So that's good. You got to be happy about that unless you're still Brexiting. I don't know. Zach got his girlfriend 10 pounds of watermelon Sour Patch Kids and 120 Lindor truffles, a 90-minute couples massage, and 2 camera lenses for Valentine's Day. Jesus fucking Christ. I need to up what I'm getting Teresa. What the hell is a Lindor truffle? Oh, those things? Jesus. Okay. I would agree with all that. 2 camera lenses. I was going to say, what does she do for a living? But I assume she takes pictures. Do you have favorite UFC fighters right now? Not really. Not really. Anytime I like a UFC fighter, they just fucking suck. So, I just like watching. I don't know why, but I get a thrill of grown men just beating the shit out of each other to the point where Teresa's watching, but I'm like into it. I'm sweating, I'm shaking, like I'm all into it. But it's crazy. But yeah, it's grown men, and I guess women now. Women fight in the UFC, for those that don't know what's going on. Sounds like I'm just Googling facts. Like, women fight in the UFC now. Neat. Yeah, Teresa's first UFC fight, she said she didn't like UFC fight. She had a few Bud Light Limes, which were the official sponsor of the UFC at the time, and she was chanting for blood, and it was great, but there was no blood. What's your favorite prank call you have ever done? The one where I called your mom and told her to come over. It's my favorite one. It's so rude. I don't know, it changes every time. I feel like I say that every damn week. It changes every time. Currently, it's none, because I haven't watched any this week. Ever considered doing stand-up comedy? Yeah. I feel like it would just turn me into, like, talking shit about everybody in the audience, though, which is fine. But I guess that's not the point of it. Randall, coming in with a compliment / attempting to rape my wife. Teresa looks like an NFL cheerleader based on what I've seen. Is she secretly... What do you mean based on what you've seen? I mean, yeah, she's hot, but is she like fucking holding pom-poms and like working on those dance routines? #legs. She could be one, but she's not bitchy enough to be an NFL cheerleader. Like she doesn't I don't know. She's not like conniving. Because I guess to be an NFL cheerleader, you need to eat 2 whole women that you're competing against. You have to eat them alive, literally. And I'm sure she could do it. I'm just saying, it's just not in her nature. Plus, she hates football. So, I don't think she's secretly an NFL cheerleader. But I'm sure she appreciates the compliment. What is your current occupation? Well, I'm a married man with a sassy personality. No, that would be me filling out a fucking... See, I wouldn't be filling out a Match.com profile, because that'd be weird. That'd just be me. That'd be my obituary. Lightning Evans. See, okay, and Teresa's very nice. Yes, that was a very neutral comment after what I just said. He's like, I agree, Jared. She's also very nice. Yep. In a way, I'm complimenting her looks, not raping her. They have to be fit and skinny, and she is, so that's why I asked. I'm just screwing with you, Randall. God, I'm just teasing. It's like when I screw with my niece eye. Because I said nieces before. That sounded weird. But I said one of my nieces, so that would be like niece eye, plural. Poor Randall. I'm sorry, Randall. Not roasting you. You may need life alert. That's fine. We'll all need life alert. Could you imagine that, like, at one point we'll all be dead? Anybody who's ever watched any of this will be dead. Which is nuts. Charlie said, today Bryce said, someone asked me today why my pants are so tight. I responded, did you tell them that they aren't as tight as your mom last night? Charlie, your child cannot, well, your child could say that. I will get to Landon's joke in a minute. Now I need to tell the story of how I scarred Charlie's child. Charlie's very optimistic today. I don't know if you're joking, but I'm having a good day, I guess. So, I don't know if I told the story on the podcast, and if you listened to this story, I'm going to tell it again. Okay? And then maybe in the future I'll tell it again, because it's a great story. Charlie had a baby years ago. Well, 2 years ago. So I sent, Teresa did. Well, Teresa picked out something nice. I picked out something fucking dumb. I don't know what Teresa's under, but I sent Charlie a book about cock blocking. But it was a children's book. It wasn't like how to cock block. Cock block children's book. It was like a book you read to your kid. It's called Nobody Likes a Cock Block. And the premise of this book is how the mother and father can no longer fuck because their baby is a cock block. But that's not what it says in the book. But that's what it says. Because it's like a joke book. You're not supposed to actually do anything with it. So, Charlie also has an 11-year-old, and he was going to go read his new baby brother a story, and read that book, came out and asked Charlie what a cock block was, and then Charlie was mad at me for like 5 minutes, which is a long time. I mean, recently. Back in the day, that was like nothing, but the past few years, that's like a long time. Happy birthday, Nick. It's Nick's birthday. Who the hell's Nick? That's okay. Anyways, so Landon, who was 5, had a joke with Teresa, which was not really a joke, more of a general observation. Teresa and I have been eating good. We've been doing some workouts on the elliptical that's behind us. At the same time, she takes one, I take the other, and we move our legs in sync, and it's great. It'd be fucking terrible to do. But all the kids call her Dee Dee, and they just call me Jared, which is fine. So they've known her longer. So it's fine. So he goes, Dee Dee, I have a joke that you'll think is really, really funny. And he has great comedic timing because he waited just enough time. He waited maybe 4.5 seconds. So, which if you're telling a joke, that's enough time to where it builds anticipation. We think he forgot what he was going to say because he's a small child. And like, he's just making shit up as he goes along, which is fine. And he goes, oh, what the hell did he say? Oh yeah, he just goes, you look like you've lost weight. But he delivered it like he was delivering like the punchline to this great, amazing joke. And the setup was, you're going to think this is so funny. And it was. We all laughed our asses off. So he's right. He's a comedic genius. Yes, she does look like she's lost weight. But he delivered it. And he could have, I don't know, he could have like roasted the crap out of her and it would have been funny because of just how he set it up. So that kid's going to be, I don't know, he's going places. He's 5. He has so much potential. All the kids have potential because they're kids. I already said the ribs. Yeah. Where have you been?
In the back.
Do I like Ed Sheeran? He's fine. I guess. I don't know. I don't, Jared, do you fish at all? I fished 3 times in my life, and all 3 times I had fun. Twice was on like a little boat. 3rd time was with my dad and my brother in a canoe, which was fucking terrible because my brother was pissy because we ran out of yellow Gatorade, which I've never heard anybody throwing a shit fit over yellow Gatorade before. Yellow Gatorade is fine, but we had red and orange, and those are so much better. At the time I was a kid, they didn't really have blue. Blue is pretty much the only color to buy. They used to have white. I don't know if they still do. They had fucking white, and it was disgusting. If they still have it, I'm going to buy it just to drink it and tell you how terrible it is. It's terrible. But anyways, we ran out of yellow, and he was literally rocking the canoe. And I'm like, dude, we're just going to ship. We're not going to ship. We're going to fish. Because we would go camping for a few days. And then my dad would walk to the public bathroom to call my mom from a payphone. I don't know why. Like, we were fine, Mom. I guess that was before cell phones, or we didn't have service. Who the hell knows? But anyways, so I went to fish, and my dad was all pumped because we got like these double hooks, Charlie, whatever the fuck they're called. Charlie fishes, allegedly. I've seen one picture of her when she was 10, holding one fish. I don't think she was 10, but anyways, so he was going on about how like there's 2 hooks. So if the fish bites down on it, it'll be fine. So I go to cast, and it gets him in the fucking ear. So this hook that's double hooked with like 2 little prongs is like in my dad's ear, and he's pissed. And he like pulls it out, and he's bleeding, and we fished. I don't think we caught anything that day. But, so we didn't eat. We starved. You had to call pizza from the fucking payphone. No, we were fine. Such a weird day. I don't know what else happened the rest of the day, but that's all. I just remember that those like 10 minutes. That's the rest of the day. But yeah, I like fishing. It's fun. You gonna watch the Pokemon Detective movie when it comes out this summer? I guess. We had Movie Pass, and it was good, and we saw all these movies. And then Movie Pass went to shit, and now we only see good movies now. We would go, and now we're just like, the hell's the one Eric was telling us about? God, yeah, we last saw Bumblebee in the theater, and it was terrible. It wasn't terrible. If you like movies where you think a girl's gonna fuck a robot, then it's an amazing movie. The sexual tension between the two of them is like unheard of. It's amazing. Like, she says at one point, "Hi, Bumblebee, I'm 18." And I'm like, fuck yeah. This car robot dude is gonna fuck her. And there's probably gonna be something on Pornhub in like a month or two, probably. Of like, I don't know. What is it? What the hell's that called? Rule 34 or whatever. If you can think of it, there's porn of it. Let's Google. Let's Google Bumblebee. No, there's definitely Bumblebee porn. They can kind of. There's Bumblebee porn, I'm sure. Like somebody dressed up as a Bumblebee. No, but we need like Bumblebee Transformer. Well, Transformer porn. Let's see. Bumblebee porn. This is on YouTube. This this is literally 2B's fucking on YouTube. Cool. Okay. Transformers Troubles Optimus Prime porn scene. This sounds good. This is also on YouTube. It's on you. What? No, I'm on a Mac. This is not porn. Very likely porn. Tumblr. But Tumblr doesn't do porn anymore.
Yes, they do.
Trey's like, yes, Tumblr still has porn.
I don't know for a fact, but I'm sure they can't weed it all out.
No, they can weed it all out. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but she's like fucking so sure that Tumblr still has porn. Why is none of this let's just do Transformer porn.
Because probably no one is as weird as us. We'll make our own.
I need a fucking private browser for whatever is about to happen. It's too late. Search history goes from Bumblebee movie to Bumblebee porn. Now this is all fucking. What the hell's that cartoon on Adult Swim with the dude with the one eye or the girl with the one eye? God. Yeah, it's a bunch of Futurama porn. That's what that is. No, I don't want to pop up for Chatterbait. Stepson gets completely bitched by stepmom, turning him bi. Let's not watch that. I just want Transformers porn. Oh, well, I'm not covering everything today. I don't even know. All my notes are gone. Somehow. Charlie's sending me several pictures of her. See, these are all the pictures I've seen. She's 5.5 in this one. With the fish that looks like that fish that used to talk that everybody bought. They used to talk and sing. You would hang it on the wall. She caught one of those fishes. And then there's another one. She looks slightly older because she has more eye makeup on with the same fish. She just has a hat on. A different hat. And then there's another one of her with a fishing rod, but there's no fish. So I've concluded that she has never fished in her life. I'm teasing. I'm just screwing with you, Charlie. For those who don't know, Charlie's full-time job is to fish because her family lives on a lake and she fishes in the lake, cooks out the radioactive blood and shit that's in the fish, and that's how she feeds her family every week. It's pretty amazing. That's why we don't visit her. Because I don't like fish. So. Anyways. There's so much that. Well, there's so much more that I was going to discuss. But there's some stuff that I'm going to save for next week. Because we only have 2 minutes left. Before I'm going to wrap it up. Also, for those who care, Charlie is allergic to. No, she's cooked. She's. Oh, Jesus. Allergic to fish, but not shellfish. So, like tuna, salmon, halibut, whatever the fuck was in that picture. The Amazon talking singing fish. What are those called? Let's go to Amazon and put talking singing fish. Singing fish. Those are like all the rage. Oh, the big mouth Billy bass. $60 now. Jesus. God. Oh no, they're down to like $40, $35, $39. They're compatible with Alexa now? Why? Anyways, let's close out my Transformer porn. Save some of that for later. They're largemouth bass. Largemouth bass. Great. Ugh. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because now the chat room's starting to piss me off. Everyone's just screaming bass. No, I'm just kidding. They're saying bass. But anyways, good stuff, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. If you're listening to the podcast after the fact, it's available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and I guess wherever else you find podcasts. I'll try and do these every week. Well, I'm going to be doing these every week. May not be doing them live every week, but definitely doing them every week. It'll be great. Twice in 1 year. It's like a new record. Thank you guys for joining. And it'll be structured next week. We'll do some dumb news. We'll have some stuff. If you have any stuff that you'd like me to discuss on the podcast, do me a flavor. Tweet me at McMullenJared on the Twitters, I guess. And if you have a PS4, I don't even know. It'll be fine. But yeah, and if you're watching on the YouTubes, go subscribe to the podcast. That way you'll get them when they're up. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye!